Hi everybody, welcome to What's Your Thought? So my name is Keenan and this is Jaken. Roll the intro, Marcus. Hi everybody, hope you guys are doing well during our time in the CMCO. Me and Jaken are here as your temporary entertainment for this afternoon. So Jaken, how have you been doing during the MCO?
Yeah, I've been doing really well. Surprisingly, better than the last MCO.
Due to the MCO issues, Isabel isn't able to be here, but
Yeah.
you're being a much better co-host than.
Uh,
So, today we're going to talk about influencers or idols. It's a topic that I've been meaning to cover for quite a while. When I notice most of my friends right now, like on their social medias, my friends and acquaintances tend to post more about celebrities than themselves for some of them. Or some of them even set like celebrity profile pictures.
oh yeah.
Well, that isn't wrong at all, but I feel it's losing a sense of self, which is what I'd like to cover today: self and influence. What are your thoughts on this? What about your friends, your age group?
Well, personally, my generation, we do the same thing.
Your generation? You're talking like I'm some sort of boomer or old man.
It's kind of true, bro.
How many years are you apart? Like five?
Three.
Three.
Wait, how old
Wait,
are you?
I'm 17. You?
I'm 13, so
Yeah,
like
it's
four.
four. I'm not that old.
But my generation, I'm gonna use that. Okay.
Okay,
Kenan?
your age group.
Yeah, my age
please.
group. Well, my age group too. In fact, I have some friends that do that too, where they set profile pictures as their idol, not who they admire. It's their idol.
Their idol. Now that's an interesting word, idol. Throughout the course of like the Bible, idols have always been seen as something horrible, or
Yeah.
something that only like pagan people
Yeah.
take part in. But now in the modern day, idols have taken like a new form,
Yeah. Like celebrities are idols.
to certain people. But we're not here to bash the people who like celebrities or who what. We're here to just present a viewpoint,
Yeah.
right? Let's talk a bit about who nowadays is very influencing on the youth.
Oh.
Like who influences a lot of youth people
you,
nowadays?
You know I have to say this. I know I'm gonna get off hate, but BTS.
Yeah. I notice a lot of people are into BTS, but let's leave the like. I don't want to target specifically
Yeah,
this one.
BTS.
K-pop in general tends to be very, very influential.
The style, yeah, the style, how they dance, people like it, so they tend
The
to
music
go back
too.
and watch it.
I often hear the music is very
Uh,
uplifting to certain
yeah.
people. It brought them out of some difficult times.
Isn't it kind of like what, techno music or something like?
I think it's EDM, electronic dance music, but I'm a boomer, so I don't know. But I'm more into the rock side,
Yeah, AC/DC. By the way, it's
Guns-
not air conditioned brand, alright?
Yes, Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sweet Child of Mine. Yep.
yeah. We're still stuck in the 60s or the 80s.
I don't.
Like old music lah.
We don't remember when they came, but we know we just like their music.
So influencers. Now, there was a quote from I don't know, I can't remember who, but there was a quote. You're always being influenced by someone or you're influencing someone.
Yeah, that's
So-
a really good quote. It is what it is. Like it's self-explanatory. The quote.
Yeah. And a lot of people nowadays, the youth tend to be influenced more than influencing others, especially
Yeah.
our Christian youth. But you see, being influenced is not necessarily a bad thing.
Yes,
But
some influences can be for the good of you, and some can be for the worse.
yeah. So that's what I like to dive into, guys, today. Good influences and bad influences. Now, influence can do a lot of things to change your viewpoint, the way you speak. Like, what's that guy's name? Uncle Roger. Everybody know Uncle Roger. He talk like this. I'm sure even you have like a group of friends who talk who talk just like hell. I think I've even heard you talk like Uncle Roger.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Hello, niece and nephew.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, Uncle Roger isn't a bad influence by far, but I'm just saying, YouTube and the YouTubers out there have a massive influence on the people that are watching. So, I mean, a lot of YouTubers, they don't show a lot of good examples. They swear. They
Yeah, Uncle Roger does that sometimes too.
Yeah, but that's besides the point. I mean, I do enjoy it. It is pretty funny. I gotta give it to him. But yeah, they're being influenced by these more, how to say, vulgar things naturally, but it does show when you speak, the way we act. Often I find people, they follow their celebrities' opinions. You know, that's why branding is such an important thing. That's why they get celebrities on brands and everything.
Yeah.
Like if my favorite celebrity likes Coke but I like Pepsi, I have to like Coke as well.
Yeah.
It seems to be a massive.
You lose your identity.
Yeah, your sense of opinion, more like
sense of self. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. So any thoughts, Jacob, to add?
Actually, what you said is clear enough, I think, for the viewers. Okay, if it isn't clear, leave. And if you have any questions, please leave it in the comments. But what you said is self-explanatory. Like a lot of youth, they lose their identity when like they look at a celebrity. They start losing their identity.
Like say, what's that guy's name? The rapper that sold the shoes, the Yeezys. The guy that sold his Yeezys.
Kanye
Exactly.
West.
So he promotes this one, and everybody is so influenced by him that the price of Yeezys, people are paying like what, 2,000, 3,000, thousands of ringgit for shoes that some of those shoes are pretty ugly, in my opinion. In my opinion, feel free to bash me in the comments, but some of those shoes, like, you see how celebrities have their influence over people, which is what I want to dive into right now in this topic. What are bad influences? How influences can change someone? Now, I'm gonna play a short clip from this video, but I'm not bashing this person. I just want to present a viewpoint. Marcus, could you help us out, please?
I want to look like a K-pop star. I want my entire look to look like Jimin. He's honestly my K-pop idol. Yeah. BTS debuted in 2013 and I was actually living in Korea at the time. So I was just amazed by all of them, they were perfect. Jimin is the lead vocalist. This is his current hairstyle at the moment, that's why I'm trying to replicate it. I want to be him, but I also have a crush on him. Like, to be honest, all K-pop stars are so beautiful. These are some of my shoes. These ones, they're very, very, very striking, especially with the spikes. A lot of K-pop stars wear this particular brand as well. Now these ones were expensive, 1,600, 650, 700, 790. This one is my most expensive clothing item, it was 7,000. Now this one, I wear all the time. It's Roberto Cavalli. And Jimin actually wore this in the Fake Love video. So I'm super obsessed, I wear it all the time. So yeah, this is very special to me because obviously Jimin wore the same one. So I mean, the K-pop stars have so much pressure on them. Before they even become famous, they have to train for 4 years. They live together, they have to train 8 hours a day. It's all manufactured, the way they look, the way they perform. They all look incredibly perfect. And when I actually watch their videos, I cry just because they're so beautiful. That one is actually an original photo of me. I'm trying to think how long ago this was, maybe like 7 years ago, 8 years ago. I was always like insecure because, to be honest, I had very bad acne when I was at school and I had my nose was very big. That's when I actually decided, look, I need to change myself now and be a lot happier. It's horrible, it's very hard to look at it. I don't even recognize the person. I just don't even seem to relate to this person. It's weird. I remember when I took the picture and everything, but it just doesn't seem like it was me.
Okay. So before we continue any further in this conversation, I'd like to emphasize we're not looking down, we're not judging this guy. We just want to present a viewpoint.
Yeah.
Like a look. Now, before we give our opinions, I would like some of you guys to give your opinions on what you guys saw in the video. because it's actually an 8-minute video, but we cut it to put it on the show just to talk about it for a while. If you guys are interested in looking, you can go search on YouTube, Ollie London, $100, £100 surgery or something like that, like $100 surgery or something around those lines. But you can watch the full video there. We are going to give our opinions on this and try and understand it. Okay. Personally, when I watched the video for the first time, I felt like you could feel that he didn't really accept himself. You could feel he said stuff like, he looked at his old picture of self. I don't even recognize this person when
like
I see this person.
Talking
About
to
some
another
other person. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. His whole identity has been built around Jimin, around his favorite K-pop idol. Now, I'm not saying all K-pop fans are like this. I'm not saying not in the least. I'm just saying this is an extreme. You know, this is what happens when your influencer becomes your idol and it gets out of hand.
Yeah.
I feel a lot of this has to do with addiction.
Yeah. Addiction.
If you watch the video, he goes out with his friends to celebrate his latest surgery. He feels he looks a lot more better about himself.
Disclaimer, I mean later in the video, so if you want
you
to
have to watch the
that,
whole video to
find that
get
part.
get that part. But he's talking about addiction and he's like, no, I'm not addicted. I feel I haven't done that much. You know, you don't really realize how much of an impact that this has made on you.
Yeah, when you're in addiction, you go too far into that addiction to realize that you are in an addiction. Once you realize you're already too far gone, it's like rabies.
Rabies.
Yeah, I mean like sort of rabies. Like
okay, I don't
you
know.
get bit by something, and by the time the doctor diagnoses you with rabies, it's like fatal. Or
I've never been bit by a dog before, so
yeah,
I don't know. I am horrified of dogs though. What about you?
No, okay, I've overcome that fear. Kenan.
Okay, Brian wouldn't.
We're not gonna mention names.
Okay,
Kenan.
okay. Yeah, back to influencers. You see how much like this Jimin idol person, this singer, has had an impact on this person's life. If you hear what he says, he's just doing all this to become more happy with himself. You see, after the surgery, I feel happy about myself. He was very glad and everything, and you can see, but he's happy being someone else. You know, he's not happy with him.
He's ashamed of his self, his face.
Yeah, and I feel, while I guess changing to become more better is not necessarily a bad thing. Becoming better or more like the person you aspire to be like could be good for you, but without sacrificing your own identity, you know, your own sense of self.
You lose your sense of self.
This doesn't just apply to K-pop. It's
everything else.
Yeah, everything.
Like, could be, I'm a sports fan. Could be, let's say you like basketball. Maybe it's a basketball player. You do everything like him. You eat what he eats.
That's a bit much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to be a great guitarist player. Like I have a few people that I aspire to be like when it comes to playing my guitar. But that doesn't mean I go smoking crack like them on stage to become
falling down.
You know,
on the stage.
yeah, exactly, smashing the guitar. Oh my gosh! I mean, I like these guitarists, but I'm smashing the guitar.
Stage dive.
Yeah. So yeah, I feel influencers. When you get influenced by something, it's not necessarily always good or always bad. It depends how it changes you. Now, where is the line? We're trying to find the line here, right, between influence and addiction. When your influencer becomes your idol, I feel the line is at addiction itself. Now, the correct question we're asking, where is the addiction? When are we addicted? Because if you see in the video, even Ollie, he talks later on even Ollie London talks about how he's not addicted. I'm not addicted. Nah, his friends are saying, but
it's just his passion. That's what he
exactly.
says.
So when does passion become addiction? I feel when you are giving up a lot of things. When you're giving up, like, when you're losing things, you know, he spent so much money it's negatively influenced him, you know.
Yeah.
He spent like
seven-
enough money to buy a house.
7,000 on one rack of clothes.
British pound to Malaysian ringgit
times
is
8, I think 50.
no, times 4.5. I just checked. 4.5 or 4.6. But yeah, it's quite a lot of money in Malaysian ringgit. 7,000 is around 28k.
28.
I didn't do very well in maths.
Yeah, me too, man.
High five. Okay, that's the weirdest. No, now it's weird and awkward. Are you happy, Jacob?
Yeah, you were like trying to shake my hand. I was trying to like.
No, now it's weird. This is the most awkward moment on our talk show to date.
I'm trying to promote our cups.
Yes. Don't forget to smash like and subscribe.
Yeah, and turn on notifications.
So back to our topic. Influences. Now, addiction is something that negatively impacts everybody, right? It makes you lose stuff.
Yeah.
But influences can also be good. Like, there was one man in the Bible. I think his name went by Jesus.
I actually didn't know what name you're gonna say. I was like, oh, who is it? Is he really?
He influenced everybody around him for the better, you know. But his influence changed people for the better, you know. He turned like people who stole into people who did righteousness. He made like
he turned a Christian killer. Saul changed his name to Paul, and he became an evangelist.
Yeah, and before we go deeper into this topic of the right influencer, let's roll the good news.
Hi, I'm Jean and I'm 18 years old and I'm from India and I'm here to share my testimony with you. I've been born into a Christian family and I used to love God, I used to love serving God, I used to love going to church until things at school started getting pretty bad and bad things were happening to me and I had no reason why. So I started kind of moving away from God. I started hating God and I totally lost my identity. I didn't know what to do. So I tried to find my worth in worldly things and maybe buying better clothes, better things would give me my identity, but that didn't work out. Even though it gave me happiness for a very short period of time, it didn't last. And then I thought maybe perhaps getting good marks would be my identity. And then I tried that, but it gave me more fear and anxiety and I went into depression. And just last year it was getting all worse because it reached a certain point where I couldn't even sleep at night. I used to cry and cry and cry and I used to feel claustrophobic even when I'm outside. I used to have all sort of fears and I even had suicidal tendencies and it was all going down the hill. I had some sins in my life and everything was really bad and at that time I knew I needed a change and I started going to the youth group and that's when I started reading the Bible more and praying more on a daily basis and that drew me closer to God and I got saved just last week and it has been the most amazing thing that has ever happened to me and I finally felt peaceful. I didn't have any fears. I felt free and I felt happy in so many years. Even though there's troubles, you can rely on God and that is the biggest thing. And whatever you're searching for, you can never find it in the world. The world, it may seem like it's working for you, but eventually it's gonna stop. Nothing in the world gives you happiness or that lasts. But what you're searching for is in God.
Wonderful testimony from India. Thank you so much. Here and what's your thought? We do the best to ship the best good news. From a special thanks to was it Isabel for getting our good news to us from India. So, what? Nothing funny going on.
Continue.
Okay, this may be the most awkward talk show to date, episode 8. So, yeah, good influences that I wanted to get back into that. A good influencer influence you to make a change in your life for the better. Isn't that right, Jacob?
Yeah, that's true.
Do you have any good influences in your life?
Well, I know this is a bit cliche, but my dad.
Yeah, your dad influences me a lot too. He's my pastor, and he's also your dad.
Yeah, he's like pastor/dad.
Do you call him pastor dad sometimes?
I never know. I might one day walk into church, pastor dad, what's up? Never know.
So, yeah, my influences are like your dad. He's taught me quite a bit. Teacher Joel.
Yeah, Teacher Joel, Teacher Daryl.
Yeah, these people. Now, one thing your influencer has to have for a proper Christian influencer, he should be able to say this verse that Paul has said. I'm gonna get it out. 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 11. Imitate me as I imitate Christ. Now, these people are all imitating Christ to
better themselves.
But we're not necessarily making them our idols, you know. We're just using them to influence a guideline.
Using them as a guideline as we walk through life.
Yeah. So
actually, that's what the Bible is. It's a guideline for us.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Jesus is the main influencer, you know. You see how many people's lives he changed. He made sinners into non-sinners. Even the bad people around him turned good, you know. He wasn't.
Tax collectors turned good.
Yeah, exactly. And people hated tax collectors last time.
Yeah.
So now, if you guys have any comments or anything to add, we and Jacob are going to move into our free-range conversation where we just discuss our general opinions and everything that we want to phrase about this topic. So, any opinions on influences, idols, and anything in the...
Okay, my opinion is what we've been talking about from the very beginning. You can admire people and you can get influenced by people. But once you make your influencers your idol, it's a very hard road to break off. Some people don't realize they're doing it. It's like an addiction, as we said earlier. When you make your influencer an idol, you don't realize you're doing it.
That is true, because often a lot of people unconsciously do this, you know, like they just look up to this person and this person is suddenly so important to them.
Yeah.
Especially, I want to go back to this Ollie London guy. Like, as I dissect the video of him, I feel it applies to a lot of people what he's feeling. It's just a really extreme version of it. A lot of people feel very insecure in this generation. Very, like, I also have been trying to better my face and lose a bit of weight. I've been told that this MCO isn't treating me well.
Me and you both, brother. Me and you both.
And yeah, a lot of people feel very insecure about how they look. They, try to be someone better, you know, but sometimes in pursuit of being someone better, they copy someone else and they forget their sense of self.
But in saying that, they don't want to try to be better. They want to try to be someone better.
Someone they're not.
Yeah, someone they're not. That's a better word to use. That's why they lose their sense of self. Because they're not trying to better themselves. They're trying to be someone better than themselves. If you get what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Before we move on, Marcus, any comments? No comments. And if you guys did send out a comment, please give us a few minutes to check every now and then, you know, because there's a delay and everything. We're not necessarily intentionally skipping your comments if you guys have had any
comments.
Yeah. Let's not forget to plug in online services.
Oh yes, this is my favorite part of the show. Okay, everyone, this is our plugin. So today 4:30 we have 180U on Cisco. I can't pronounce it.
Cisco WebEx.
Yeah, that thing. And we also have church service at Sunday 10:30.
10:30.
On?
Huh? What do you mean? Morning?
I can't pronounce it.
On WebEx?
Yeah, on WebEx.
And then nighttime we have services at 7. Prayer before 1 hour.
Yeah, 6 at 6. We have prayer at 6. So feel free to join us. And
Marcus will post a link to WebEx in the description below, right, Marcus?
follow us on Instagram. We have Ictus Youth and CFM.pj.
Yes, this What's Your Thought ministry is a branch of Ictus Youth, in fact, where all Ictus Youthies, I don't know, what do we call ourselves? The Ictus Youth. And that's all the plugins for today.
So back to the discussion.
Yeah. Anything that we missed or that we didn't cover?
We need the comments to start booming, alright? We need
some conversation to add.
Yeah,
because
we need some conversation.
We need opinions.
It just can't be us two fools talking like
forever. But
yeah.
When I started this topic, I had a lot I wanted to cover in mind, and I think I got most of it covered. Yeah, exactly.
But if you have any opinions, please leave it in the comments. We need that comments box to go off.
Let's talk more about the proper role models. Let's look a bit more at Jesus, you know. I noticed one thing very iconic about Jesus is that he never really did any, what do you call?
Bad things.
Yeah, anything.
Obviously, he's Jesus.
Yeah, so he seems to be the perfect influencer.
I mean, like.
But not a lot of people like Jesus's influence. In his influence, he always seemed to make certain people unhappy.
Yeah, like the priest.
Yeah.
Because the priest knew they were sinning and wrong, so I feel like they, like, how do you say? Never mind. Continue.
The right influences.
Yeah.
I also noticed Paul. He wrote, "Imitate me as I imitate Christ." So that means Paul saw himself as an influencer as well.
Yeah, when you realize you're an influence.
But he only influenced people to be more like Jesus. So
yeah, he didn't influence them to be like them. I mean, like, I feel like me and Jordan, we've covered this once. No matter what you do, you are gonna be an influence to someone. Like, no matter where you go, you're gonna be an influence.
That's deep.
You walk on the street, a kid probably sees you like, I want to be like that guy one day. You never know.
Yeah. There's always the kid that looks at someone that's better than him. I also want, you walk around with nice things, like I also want that thing, the kid.
Yeah, I also want that.
Yeah. I think that's about it. We covered everything pretty in detail. This is a relatively short episode. I can't believe 30 minutes.
Oh, Keelan, chill, man.
What? I was just...
Don't kill your phone.
Yeah. So, if you guys have no comments or anything to react to us, I guess this is the end of our talk show. Stay safe, stay healthy during the CMCO. We'll see you guys in another 2 weeks' time. Also, wait. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Your dad's doing casual conversations with Pastor Allan.
Yeah. Hey, my dad is Pastor Allan.
Yeah, casual
Teacher Joel.
Yeah, Teacher Joel's doing an adult, more matured version of our talk show. On Cisco WebEx.
Yeah.
Please feel free to tune in. Yeah, this upcoming Thursday,
It's at 8 o'clock.
Okay. That's all for today. Stay safe, stay healthy, and let's end this with what's your thought?
What's your thoughts?